Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Do me a favor, invite somebody to share. Um, we are streaming on every platform, YouTube, Facebook. I have a Facebook fan page, I have a personal page. We're on Periscope. If you are on with us now and you have a YouTube account, do me a favor. Follow us or join in from YouTube. So, trying to build that YouTube platform. It's a work in progress, uh, and I need your help in doing it. So thank you so much. If you don't mind, if you have a YouTube um, subscription, join us through YouTube. If not, stay right here on Facebook. That's why we're here. Invite somebody, share. Um, and how are you all feeling this morning? Uh, I want to kind of dive right into our conversation. Um, so, yesterday we talked about the length of time that it takes for something to happen. Sometimes we miscalculate steps. Sometimes we miscalculate proximity. There are so many different things that Latanya Dixon, good morning. If you're on Facebook, make sure you say something to me so I know you're there. If you're on YouTube, make sure you say something so I know you're there. I just want to say good morning to everybody. Allison Kendall, good morning. So glad you tuned in, Allison. Chanel Wells Bracy, good morning, Nell. So yesterday we talked about the time that it takes uh, to have a vision, to have a dream, the things that you have to go through to make it happen. And in order for you to understand the conclusion today, you need to listen to yesterday if you get an opportunity. Because yesterday we were talking about things don't always happen the way that we expect them to. Things don't always happen the way that we want them to, and as a result of that, that can be very discouraging. Um, and I talked about my own journey, my own experience. And Dewan McIntyre, good morning. So, Facebook family, if you are here and you have a YouTube account, I would prefer you go through YouTube. It's the same show, it's live. I'm streaming on all these different platforms at the same time. If you have a YouTube account, I prefer you watch me from YouTube. But if not, if Facebook is all you have and Facebook is convenient, by all means, that's why we're here. We want to make it available for everybody. So, you know, a lot of times when we make plans, we don't include failure. When we make plans, we don't include betrayal. When we make plans, we do not include a lot of things that generally happen to us along the way. We don't include running out of money. Most times when we're planning, we're trying to wait till we get the money before we step out. And Dewan, thank you so much. Girl, you rock. Tina White McPherson, good morning. Loretta Curry, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. So while you're in the planning stage, the stage in between what you've imagined, what you dreamed, what you desire, and then you're standing between that and the stage of it when it happens, there's a whole lot of stuff that happens in the middle that we don't calculate. Michelle Byers, good morning. Thanks for joining in. And I want to pause for a second. I just want to applaud you all It's been almost 8 years, and you all are still supporting me. You're still behind me. You still show up in the morning. And I know as it relates to time, I say 8:30, 8:15, 8 o'clock, show up 9 o'clock. And that's not good, but I promise to do better. And I appreciate you all. Mary M. Smith, good morning. Teresa Lockett, good morning. But I want to take the time to really applaud you all for following me, for supporting me, for loving me. This road, this journey hasn't been easy, but knowing you are here makes it easier. You know, there are some things that we have to fight that are internal. We have to surpass all of the internal things that we feel about ourselves in order to do what we do. Then we have to deal with the stuff that we get from the outside noise. So there's a lot of things that we have to go through as people to do what we do. And consistently for almost 8 years, we've been rocking together. And I could not have done it without you. In fact, you are the reason I do it. And I just want to take the time to thank you all. And I believe that the best is yet to come for all of us. So just again, continuing what I said yesterday, and I want to segue into something new this morning, but it takes time. We don't factor in the heartbreak that it takes when we're trying to make something happen. We don't factor in the money you're going to lose, the sleep you're going to lose, the brain cells you're going to lose, the people you're going to lose, the loved ones you're going to lose. There comes a time when you have to make your dream a priority. And it doesn't mean that you don't love everybody else, like everybody else. It's just that I've got to put this first, this now, because I have a limited time to do it. And sometimes people they don't understand that. They don't understand the urgency, the urgency that you have to try to do what you do. If I can say this, and this is not a negative confession, but this is truth for me. I'm trying to outrun death. So I don't have time to play around with people who aren't going anywhere, who don't want anything, who does not want to do anything. We love you and appreciate you. Thank you, Monique. Don't make me cry now. Don't do that. Radio show in Jacksonville when you first hear you. Allison, Kendall, thank you. We will be back on radio soon and very soon. We've got a lot of things we're working on. But there's so much that you're going to go through when you're trying to release your dream, your idea. There's so many things that you don't calculate. There's so many surprises you're going to run into. However, you cannot allow the things that you run into to ruin the dream that's in you. The dream and the fire and the passion that you have for what you do has to be greater than anything that you face. When you start putting your idea first, your dream first, it doesn't mean that you become cunning and manipulate other people, push other people down so you can get ahead. That's not what it means. It means that your focus changes. You know, you don't want to even interact with people who are not serving the overall purpose of your goal. You mean it means you take your life serious to the point that you stop people wasting your life, and people waste your life when they waste your time. You know, you start to see the bigger picture. You start to see the importance. You start to see how serious life is and how serious it is that you pursue the things that are in your heart before your life ends. COVID-19 2020 caught all of us off guard. None of us knew it would do what it's doing now. On yesterday, I read a news report that the death toll is at 1 million. And in some cities, some states, 1,000 people are dying a day. So it says to me that the times that we are in are more serious. So I have to take a more serious approach to facing these times. And my most serious approach is I'm not going to live forever. One day my life is going to expire. And before my life expires, I want to inspire as many people that I can. I want to touch as many people that I can with the message of hope and letting them know no matter what you've gone through, no matter where you are, no matter what you've been through, there's hope for you. There's a dream inside of you that you've got to reveal, and it's going to make the world a better place. If everybody worked on what they were sent here to do, the world wouldn't be in the condition or the state that it's in. So we need you to be you. We cannot afford you to be a carbon copy of somebody else in order to fit or maintain their graces. We need you to be you. You are authentic. You are pure. You are great. You're the original kings and queens of this earth. And one of the things that the enemy wants to do is he wants to talk you out of your queenship, your kingship. If he can talk you out of it, you will live less than. And the greater that is waiting on you in life, you will never tap into. You won't tap into the greater because you don't believe you're great. If you believe you're broken because of the broken things that you've gone through, if you have become one with your pain, you are missing out on the authority that you're supposed to have, live, and survive in this earth. You were created to be great. And you need to know that. And there are so many things that play on our mind that eat at our expectation to the point that if we're not careful, we will start to believe the lies of our experience. Because you've been a victim does not make you a victim. Because you've been victimized, that doesn't make you a victim. That means in this scenario, in this event, hey, I was victimized, I was done wrong, but this is not who I am. And because this is not who I am, I'm going to take the lessons of being a victim to polish and reassure that I'm a victor. And then I'm going to turn around and help other people not become what life tried to hand me. Eric Gross, what's up, bro? Hey, thanks for those words, man. Appreciate you. You're a blessing too. You're a blessing and you're a gift to our world. One of the best photographers on this side. You better believe it. Some of those models that you take pictures are wonderful creations of God's glory. Janice Lady Parker, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Time. Thank you for tuning in. So one of the things that I want you to get out of today's Coffee Time is believe in the greatness that is in you. You got to believe in the greatness that is in you. You are not a waste. You were born to win, and you were predestined to succeed. I want to unpack that. I say that every day in our closing. Remember, you were born to win, predestined to succeed. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. Let me tell you what it means. A winner, a champion, one that is called to rule, reign, and change and make the world better. You are the one that the enemy is going to attack. And when I say the enemy, I'm talking about the enemy of your mind, the enemy of your life. There are many different enemies. And I know church world want to limit our enemies to just a devil. Evil man walking around in a suit. That doesn't exist. There are devils. Devils are anything that becomes an enemy of your destiny. Anything that tries to hinder you from becoming who you were created to be becomes evil, and it becomes a devil. So much so, if I can just give you this Bible scripture, Jesus chose 12 men. He chose them. He chose Peter, and the one he chose, he turned around and called him a devil. Listen at when he calls him a devil. He doesn't call him a devil because he was making mistakes. He doesn't call him a devil because he was doing something evil to other people. He called him, the only time he called him a devil, he called Peter a devil when Peter tried to stand between him and his purpose. So your devil, your devils are the things that stand between you and your purpose. Chocolate can be a devil if it becomes an enemy to your health. Run your pressure up for you to die before it's time. I believe you can die before your time. I believe that. I believe we can do dumb stuff to our body. I do not believe that every death is scheduled. I believe every death is known But I don't believe every death is on schedule. I don't believe COVID-19. I don't believe it was on schedule. I believe it was something man created to kill great. So you have to believe in who you are and understand that anything that tries to stop you becomes a devil. It can be a devil in the moment. It doesn't necessarily mean Jesus blessed Peter. Jesus called Peter. Peter's life was supposed to be a blessing. Peter did something no other disciple do. He was able to partake of information by divine inspiration even before the Holy Spirit was revealed. We see that in Matthew 16 when it says, Jesus asked them boys, he said, who do men say I am? And they start talking about, some say you're Elias, some say you're a prophet, some say you're this, some say you're that. And then he looked at Peter and he said, and who do you say that I am? And Peter answered and said, thou art the Christ. This is 16:16, the Son of the living God. Peter received a revelation of who Jesus was before the Holy Spirit, who is the revelator, was revealed. So Peter did an outstanding job in that moment. But then he turns around days later, months later, and called the same one that received a great revelation, called him a devil. Well, he didn't mean that Peter was a devil in his entirety, but in that moment, what he was doing was devilish. So it became a devil, that move that he made, because he came to die. And this is what I'm saying to you. I believe we create our own devils, but I do believe that there is a devil that is after us, trying to kill us, stop us from being who God's created us to be. When you are not your best self, you do the world no good. The gift that you're supposed to be to our world, the world does not receive, or they're not able to partake of that gift if you are wrestling into the thoughts of yesterday's experience. When we allow the poison of our past to coexist with us in our present, we begin to poison our future. You've got to know that you were created to be great. You were born to win. Losing is not in your DNA. And when you begin to believe loss that you have or you've had in the past, when those failures begin to permeate your presence and that becomes your focus, you lose in that moment, and losing in the moment sets the course of the rest of the week. How you get on is how you ride. You've got to believe in the greatness that's in you. The greatest enemy that you're ever going to face in your life is the enemy in a me. It's the enemy in a you. It's your mind. Trying to get your mind to believe that you are a king, you are a queen. Trying to get your mind to believe that I can be successful. I can be great. I am great. I was born to be great. That's going to be the enemy, the biggest enemy you ever face. You don't know how many days I wrestled in insecurity. You don't know how many days I wrestled with self-hate. You don't know how many days I tried to commit suicide because I didn't like me. And it had nothing to do necessarily with the circumstances that were around me. It had more to do with what I believed about myself. Now, where did those thought patterns come from? It's the enemy of our mind. The enemy of our mind plays against us, and it suggests things to us. And when we become one with the thoughts that were suggested to us by the enemy of our mind, when we become one with those thoughts, as a man or woman think, so is he, so is she. You become what's in your mind. So if you're going to purify your mind, if you're going to cleanse your mind, if you're going to get to a point where you really believe that you were born to win, then you got to put the right stuff in your ear. What you inhale through your hearing is what you will exhale in your life. Your life is a combination of thoughts. It's one thought running into another, running into another. It's what you believe about yourself. It's what people have said about you. When you become one with your thoughts, your life now becomes the mirror of how you think. This is why you got to think right. You can't think right and live wrong. It's impossible. When you know you're great, certain environments you will not put yourself in. I'm not going to go around anybody by choice who doesn't appreciate and understand the greatness that's in me. The greatness in me doesn't make me better than you. I'm supposed to be able to come in your presence and compliment you. It's when great meet great, we have a great explosion. But too many of us, we settle in our friendships and our relationships. We lower who we are so that we can fit into certain circles. And then we allow those circles to dictate the greatness that is in us. You got to overcome that stuff. You got to let it go. Your life has a deadline. You will not live forever. Not on this side. You might live somewhere, but you're not going to be on earth forever. While you are here, you are required to make a difference and make this world better than it was before you got here. Your job and your assignment is to be great, because great becomes infectious. It becomes, when people get around you, they should feel better about themselves. When people are around you, they should smile. They should laugh. Nobody should leave your presence regretting the time that they met you. You got to let go of the stuff that hurt you. You got to let go of the stuff that bother you, that aggravate you, that agitate you, that irritate you, that frustrate you. You got to let that stuff go, and you got to choose things that bring you happiness in life. I struggled with understanding how great I am. I struggled with it for years. I struggled with seeing my worth, with understanding my value. Struggled. So I would always settle for less than. There were people who used me and my gift to make them greater because I didn't understand my worth. And we put a lot of the blame on other people for where we are. Here's the reality. It's like even in a relationship, if you can blame a person for taking the advantage of you, you have to blame yourself for allowing them to, because people do what we allow them to. And we have this victim-like mentality where we become the victim. Look what happened to me. Why did this happen to me? Why? And when you focus on the poison of the past, it begins to coexist with you in the present. And when poison coexists with you in the present, you begin to poison and cancel your future. Your best days you will never see, because you cannot get over living with what happened yesterday. Man, you got to shake yourself. And you got to tell yourself, I don't care what happened to me. I don't care how I was hurt. I don't care who died or what. I'm going to live and not die. I'm going to be happy and have peace. I will not spend my life in turmoil. I will not spend my life trying to chase down the thoughts that go on in other people's head. Whatever your opinion is of me, however you conclude that I am, that is your problem. It's not mine. I'm going to stay in my lane, and I'm going to choose to focus on the things that give me life, joy, peace, and I'm going to focus on getting my dream out, because my dream is the key to being the answer to somebody else's problem. And when I be the answer to somebody else's problem, I automatically and systematically release reciprocity, and whatever I put out, I'm going to get back. So when I have a problem, somebody's going to be my answer, because I have been the answer to somebody else's problem. That is how greatness is. Greatness will cause you to lead. Greatness will cause you to speak when everybody else is quiet. But greatness will also cause you to muzzle your mouth when everybody else is talking. Greatness hinges on the foundation of wisdom. Got to be wise in your dealings. Be careful who you hook up with. They're going to determine the outcome of your life. Be careful who you partner with, because how they think will infect how you think. I can't afford to think any more negative than what I already do. There are times and there are days When the negativity of my mind seems to be taking the advantage of me and I have to fight it with my mouth. The wrong thoughts come and I have to fight it with my mouth. And when I begin to fight it with my mouth, I am taking authority over my mind and I'm telling my mind what it's supposed to think by saying what I should be thinking. When I say what I should be thinking, my thought process begins to change because it has to absorb what I say. So if I'm saying the right things, even if I'm feeling the wrong way, if I'm saying the right things, even if I'm thinking the wrong way, I have to say it long enough. It has to become repetitious to the point that my mind so absorbs what I'm saying that what I'm saying overshadows what I was thinking. This is how you take authority over your mind. Get control over your thoughts. Because what you think is what you are. Your resume in life is not the job you work on. Your resume in life is not the places you've been in. Your resume in life is what you think. What you think becomes the resume of who you are. Because as a person, a man and woman think, so are you. Who have you become? What are you thinking about? Some of us think fantasy and we think we're going to become one and become the things that we're thinking. You can only become what you're thinking when you are putting action to your thoughts. If you're thinking something and you're not becoming it, you're just daydreaming. You're dreaming. What makes that dream a reality is when I take my actions and align it with how I think. I believe I'm great. There's some mornings I have to tell myself I'm great. I'm better than this. I'm not how I feel. I'm not what I'm going through. I'm not where I've been. I'm not what I see. Then my actions now have to support how great I am. What do my actions look like? Well, I'm going to do the things based on what I've been saying. So if I say I'm successful, then my actions have to point towards the success that I believe I am. Let me tell you something, man. Tell you something. I hate to do this to you, but I got to tell you. You can't afford to connect with people that think less than you. If their thinking is less than, that makes you their mentor. And I don't care where you are. You have to mentor them and bring them up to where they should be thinking. If you're connected with people who are of like mind like you, as you, they think powerful thoughts, they think positive thoughts, they believe that they are great, then your mindset has found a match and that becomes your sparring partner. You begin to challenge each other in their greatness. But you can't afford to link up with someone who is living less than you're trying to live. Their actions are less than what you're producing, because eventually they will pull you down to their level. You never let a mentee control the classroom. They don't have enough weight to lead. And so many times in relationships, male and female, we hook up with someone because we have kids with them, maybe because we've been together for so long and this is all I know. We start to allow the person we're with to dictate the thoughts we have. And it does not happen overnight. It happens over time. Listen, if you are dreaming less now of what you should be than you were dreaming when you hooked up with the person you're with, if you're dreaming less and your vision has not increased, that means the person that you're with are not empowering you. They become a leech to you. Think about that for 1 second. I need to plug this laptop in. I was only going to go 20 minutes, but I need to finish this morning because I want to challenge your thoughts. I want to challenge you to raise your behavior and get rid of the dead weight that is bringing you down. Get rid of the dead weight that have become a leech in your life. They're not contributing to you. They're not contributing to where you're going. They're just robbing you of what you have. Is that rain? That is rain. Ugh. Don't go nowhere. Do me a favor. Pause right now. Think about what I said. Invite somebody and share this to your page. Will you do that for me? Hold 1 second. Let me give you this. Your life is a mirage of thoughts. Your friends are a mirror of how you've been thinking. Show me your friends. I'll show you where you're going. Show me your friends. I'll tell you how you think. When you take an apple that is decaying and mix it with fresh apples that are full of life, the decay spreads faster than the life. What are you saying, Pickett? It's real simple, y'all. You want to live? You want to have more? You want to be greater? You want to put your dreams into actions? You got to be around people that give you life. I don't have any friends that don't speak life to me. And I don't think I'm some great person. I think I'm great, but I don't think I'm better than anybody. I think I've just made better decisions. I don't have friends that complain about life. Walk around, I hate it here. I don't have any friends like that. The friends that I have may be experiencing difficulty. They may not understand their present situation or current circumstance, but all of them are strategists, and they're strategizing on how they're going to get in it. They're not focusing on where they are. They're focusing on a strategy to get out. And when I get out, I'm going to get it as many people out as possible. That is what you need in your life. You need people that speak life to you. We all suck at something, but we don't need people in our ear telling us, hey, you suck. you sorry piece of wasted sperm. We don't need that in our life. We need people in our life that can tell us, hey, you didn't make the right decision here, but let me show you something. Let me show you in this decision that you made, even though it probably wasn't the best choice, let's get out of it the knowledge that is necessary so we can build strength from your mistake so that you'll be able to defeat Goliath in your future. If you're going to win, it begins between your ears. What's between your ears controls and dictates your life. Everywhere I go, I will win. Every job I have, I will win. Everything that I put my hands to, I will succeed at it. Why? Is it because I'm greater than you or better than you? No, I just think greater about me than I think about you. I have enemies. I have people that try and challenge my position on things. They're not my problem. Most times I don't even see them. Most times I only entertain people because entertaining their conversation, because it's a necessity for where I am. But at heart, here's when you know you control me. Do I think about you at my house? I don't bring my problems home. Home is going to be my place of peace, my place of serenity. Home is also going to be the place that I put together a strategy for me to win. I don't argue in my house. I'm going to have peace here. I fight out there. I fight in the world. I'm not coming home to fight. I'm going to have peace. And sometimes that peace gets so personal that I have to be the only person in my house. I'm good with me. I love me. I've developed a love for me so strong that your thoughts of me doesn't matter to me. Them thoughts belong to you. If I irritate you or agitate you, that's your problem. It's not mine. I am focusing on thinking the right stuff so I can do something with my life. I want my life to count. When I die, I want people to be able to say he did everything within his power to help somebody else. I don't want to be known for no Gucci and Polo. And he was a smooth dresser. Oh, and did you see his glasses? Oh, and he could cut some hair. That stuff don't last. I want to be known as being a voice for the people. I fought to help people. I fought to help people see greater about themselves, do better for themselves, get rid of the dead weight and everything that's tried to stop them from being great. I want it to count. And I want you to cry at my funeral. Don't come in there talking about to be absent from the body. It's to be present with the Lord. That may be true, but I want you to come in. Pickett! Pickett! Shut it down. I want security to have to take everybody out because y'all falling all over the floor because Pickett gone. I want to be missed. Don't be coming there full of faith at my funeral. He wouldn't want us to cry. You a lie. You a lie. I want you to wail. I want you to cry. Call my name. Pickett! Come back, Pickett! Miss me. And every time they show a picture of me, I need you to fall out, collapse. Don't let them tell you Pickett don't want you to cry. I want you to cry. Now, give yourself 1 solid week after my funeral to cry. Well, of course you're going to cry before the funeral. I'm a gift. Huh? When the gift is gone, there should be weeping. 1 week after my funeral, cry, lay it all out. Pickett, come back. Get up, Pickett. Do it all. Show out, make a scene. All in the mall, make a scene. What's wrong with it? She missed Pickett. Pickett! Do it all. At the end of 7 days after my funeral, go on with your life. I'm done. Go on with your life and live by some of the things that I said. But I need you to pass out. Listen, I need them to call rescue at the funeral. Are they overheated? No, they just missed Pickett. Who's this Pickett guy? Oh, he was great. The whole world. I want the flags to fly half-mast. I want the National Guard. I want all of them firing their guns. I didn't serve in the military. The only military I served, I'm in the army of the Lord. So I command every military branch to stand in attention. Miss me. You got to think great about yourself. Let me tell you how great you really are. Straight up. Straight up. Look here. Let me tell you how great you really are. You are so great, God couldn't duplicate you. You're so great that there's nobody on planet Earth like you. You own the patent to your own greatness. But until you realize how great you are, you will always live up under the shadow of what other people think. Everywhere I go, I'm great. I've had a couple of contracts. I had a few jobs. No job I've ever had would they ever tell you I was lazy and I was not number one at what I did. Try me. Check my resume. I wasn't the best because I believed I was the best. I was the best because I believed I was the best, and I put action to it, and then they had to recognize it. I remember one time, y'all, straight up, I had this gig. It was a sales gig. And I would come to work every day because I was number one in the company. From the time I started to the time I left, I was number one. I came out the gate. My first day on the job, when they started letting me sell, I sold the first day. Well, let me help you something. Yeah, there are mechanics that you need to know. There are certain things that you need to pay attention to. You need to practice. You need to hone your skills. You need to be skillful in what you do. You need to learn how to do it. You need to get around those that do it. And you need to absorb all that information. That's what I did. And when I started target practice, nobody could beat me. They couldn't outsell me. I'm the same thing today. You won't outdo me. You will not. Why? Is it because of the information that I've gained? No, that complements what I do. It's because of what I feel about myself. I am born to win. I'm not a loser. And whenever I lose at something, it bothers me. I will play you all night till I win. I'm a winner. If it's something that I believe I can't win, I'm going home and we're going to have target practice, I'm going to win. You have to believe that about yourself. And let me tell you, let me give you this, y'all. Tell you how hypocritical people are. They want you to believe you're going to win, but when you start saying you're a winner, then they tell you don't be arrogant. The person that says that to you, they feel less than you. That's why they're throwing that information in front of you. This ain't arrogance. I'm just in believing what God said about me. Then when I say what God said about me, I say I'm great. Then you call it arrogance. No, you the fool. You the idiot. You're the one that feels less than. And I know you feel less than because if my shine causes you to be small, that means you were never big enough to be my friend. So you got to watch who you hook up with. Be number one. You were born to win. Predestined. In other words, before you became a twinkle in your mother's eye on a long winter night, before your father and your mother got together, God had already said you were great. So you were born to win, predestined to succeed. God gave you success. Success comes with life. The reason people aren't successful because they don't believe that they were supposed to be. They allow people to make a victim out of them. Nobody's victim. Whatever I've gone through, I'm going to overcome. Wherever I am, I'm going to become better. I'm going to do the work that it takes to become better because I'm number one. And I've been on number one on every job I've ever had. If I was not number one on that job, 9 times out of 10, I wasn't there for that. Because there are a couple of jobs that I remember, they paid great starting bonuses. And the plan wasn't even about the job. The plan was to get that bonus and get out of there. A couple of jobs I did that. I just got hired to get that bonus. Stayed 90 days to get that bonus. It's a business, man. It's hard out here. It's hard out here, Ray. Ray! Q, get my bag. Get my bag. It's hard out here. I was there to get that bonus, so I was number one in getting what I needed to get. Sometimes certain situations are not about the big picture. It's about the big moment, and in that moment, I needed that bonus. Took that bonus. One of the jobs I took their bonus and started my own business. Strategy! Strategy. You got to strategize. I'm going to give you something else. You got to be sensitive towards the time. Understand that when where you are begins to spend more in you than you should give, it's time to move. because you could be making a lot of money, but missing out on the life that you're supposed to have. So you can't center your life around money. Having a lot of money doesn't make you successful, because what good is a lot of money and you're failing in your marriage? What good is a lot of money if you're afflicted with cancer? What good is a lot of money if they've given up on you? Money is not what makes you successful. What makes you successful is living, maximizing your potential in the earth. I don't measure my potential by your expectation, because there's a whole lot of people expecting me to be a whole lot and do a whole lot according to their thoughts. Boo you. Measure my life by your expectation. I live by the grace that I believe I have. Now, if you say something that triggers in me, that tells me I can do better, I'll receive. I'm up for the challenge, but you better be right. You can't allow people to push you out of what you have a grace for. You ain't created to do everything. I don't care what people tell you. You can't do it all. What comes natural to you generally helps define you. You're great, man. You're awesome. Now, I'm going to take the next 5-6 minutes. I want to take questions, or if you want to make statements, make a statement. If it's good enough, I'll share it with the group. Well, I'm going to share your statement with the group regardless, even if I don't think it's good enough, because maybe there's somebody else that think like you. And if it's something that I believe is, yeah, well, you missed it there, I'm just going to help you out a little bit. Anybody have any questions? Chanel Wells Bracy, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. To all of you who subscribe, thank you. For all of those that are watching through YouTube, thank you. If you're watching through Facebook, thank you. If you're on Facebook and you do not have a YouTube channel, get one. It's free. It's no tax, nothing, no charge. You need an account in order to subscribe to mine. All right? So I have a question from E.C. Weston. He says, how do I become great? How do I become great too, Dad? It's easy, son. Listen to what I tell you. The words that I speak are life. You want to be great? For you, E.C. Weston, your greatness begins with you giving me $1,000 every week. That's your starting place. Pickett! Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to make any statements? Anybody? Allison Kendall says she has a statement. Let's bring it up on the screen. She says, all I want to say is thank the Lord for this word this morning. Be blessed, Mr. Pickett. Allison Kendall, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for sharing that statement. You are appreciated. Make sure you tell others about our broadcast. Make sure, Allison, do you have a YouTube account? Don't leave now, Allison. Do you have a YouTube account? So I'm waiting on you, Allison, to answer that. While you're answering that, I want to share some good news. So 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, when we started, 2.5 weeks ago today, when we started to build this YouTube channel, it's Terrance Pickett's Coffee Time. We had 14 subscribers. As of today, right now, we have 256. That is huge, and that is major. So we have increased in 2 weeks by 242 subscribers. What does that mean? Thank you, Allison. Thank you for sharing this page. And thank you for subscribing to our channel on YouTube. I really appreciate that. What does this mean? That means in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, y'all. I say 2.5 because I didn't begin with when we started the activity. I began when we started the thought. A friend of mine encouraged me, challenged me to build my YouTube channel. and we're doing it right now. So that's a major milestone for us. We have 256 subscriptions. Let me tell you how our channel has really increased in terms of viewers. Last week, when we started this channel, listen to me, y'all. When we started this channel, the most views that we had was 44. Today, the most views we have is on one of our videos. We have 2,000 views. The second video was from Sunday. It has over 1,500 views. So what does that mean? Let me break this down for you. When people subscribe to the channel, you bring attention to the channel. People start clicking on and playing what we are doing. One video has 790 views. One video has 18 views. One video 105 views. One 173, 117. Another one 1,000. Another one 9, 18, 44, 33, 99, 25, 74, 10, 9, 11, 21. Our views are increasing because you are increasing your presence on YouTube. And for that, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm appreciative of you helping me. Let me give you this last thing and I'm out. Give people space to grow. Give people space and grace to grow. What does that mean, space and grace? Space is sometimes we crowd people. Allison Clark, thank you for going on YouTube. Now listen, Allison came from Facebook. When she heard me saying, if you have a YouTube account, go through that. Now she's on YouTube watching the show. Man, I appreciate that. That really helps me out and it blesses me. You got to give people space to grow. So sometimes we crowd people's space with our wisdom and with our answers. And it's good to be answer and solution driven, but it's not good to be solution driven, answer driven to the place where you don't give people space to figure some things out on their own. Trouble and the weight of worry becomes the strength of life if processed correctly. What do you mean the weight of life? It's you working your way through your struggle that forces you to be creative. Listen, there's some things that I've gone through. I never forget some years ago, I was about to be evicted, had no money, had a bunch of ideas, didn't have any bread. I was driving a 2-door Mercedes coupe that needed some work done on it. So I had to park it because I didn't have the money to get it fixed. About to be evicted. All I had was ideas. And I paced that flow day in and day out, trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work? I didn't figure it out within the time frame that I wanted to, so I was evicted. But those same ideas I didn't give up on. And those same ideas literally have become seed. And in some regard, I'm producing harvest today. Some of the ideas I gave and blessed other people. Hey, you should do this. And they start doing it. They start getting a reward. Some of them came back and blessed me. Others just begin to thrive in what they do. Either way, I got paid. Because I don't believe that all pay is physical. I believe some pay comes in the form of favor. I believe I'm favored because I really care about helping people. Now, I want to get my money, but I want to get my money the right way. It's enough out here for all of us to win. And there are times when you may be tripping or troubled over how things look. Understand something. Even when things look dark, bleak, and black and bad, it's making you pray more. It's making you think more. It's making you strategize more. It's in thinking, praying, and strategizing that you become better. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes you have to fail to succeed. But it's a combination of wisdom in my failing and in my losing that position me for becoming greater in my win. So don't let what you lost ruin what you have. And don't let what you have go to your head and keep you from getting what's promised. You've got to create balance. Do not crowd people with your wisdom and insight. Some things people got to learn on their own because it was in the days of figuring it out. I'm so glad. I could have called my parents and got money. Yeah, I could have. I could have called some friends and borrowed money. I didn't want to lean on nobody because I needed that strength to be in my legs because I was learning how to walk on my own. It's the strength that's in your legs that help you run a marathon and keep you from falling. But if somebody bails you out every time you get in trouble, you will never learn the lesson, the wisdom, or gain the strength that is necessary and connected to your trouble. You need that strength. Figure it out. I felt it so much. Every time you turn around, I was feeling it, something. But I don't let my failures define me. Failures don't define me. Failure refines me. I'm better because of them. And I've had so many now, I don't have to take no more losses. I don't. And I'm not taking no more losses. I'm done with losing. I'm on the winning side. And what I'm saying to you this morning, you can change where you are by changing what you see. You can change where you're going by changing what you say. You can control your outcome if you control your footwalk. What do you mean your footwalk? What you put in action. I'm more solid in what I believe now because of what happened to me in my past. Nothing can stop me. I've been through the worst. I've been on my deathbed, came out of it. I've seen others on their deathbed come out of it. Some died, some live. I choose to focus on the ones that live. Those that die, to be absent from the body, to be present with the Lord. There's not a bad side. It's not. We see it bad, but it's not a bad side. Not if you're learning. You will always be on the upside of winning if you stay on the upside of learning. Terry T. Harris, good to see you, man. Long time, T. Reconnect with me, man. There's enough out here for all of us to win. We've got to do it together. We got to be supportive of each other. So, thank you for tuning in this morning. That's coffee time. You were born to win, predestined to succeed. There is nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you can't handle. But in order for wisdom to win, you got to calm down, be quiet, sit back, learn, believe, have hope, pray, and let wisdom speak. When wisdom speaks, you will always win. Listen to me. Listen to me. Our first show is going to air before this month is over. Here's what I need from you. I need your support. Some of you do a great job by supporting us monthly financially. There are 5 shows that we're producing. All of them are a part of the Coffee Time family. Here's what I did. I did what I promised you I would do. I told you I was going to get TV. I told you I was going to get radio. We've done that. We're doing that. But I also told you that I was going to be a catalyst, that I was going to be a bridge to give other people opportunities. I'm doing that. We got 5 new hosts that are going to be hosting Coffee Time every day of the week. I got one more spot I need to fill. The person that I have in mind, I just need them to get a little bit more experience. So we're creating opportunity for other people. So when you give to us, that giving goes into our budget to create these shows, to pay the writers. It goes into paying the camera crew. We do the production. Sony is just giving us the platform. And that's a blessing because we get to keep our own content. We own our content. So I need you all today to pray about sponsoring Coffee Time. Or if you think Coffee Time is good, you enjoy it, commit to be a monthly sponsor. Well, what is the sponsorship? What is the cost? What can you afford? It's different for everybody. Some people can only give $25 a month. Some people can only give $1,000 a month. Some people can only give $30,000 a month. Whatever you can give a month, we appreciate it. We need it. It helps our budget. Listen, this dream that I have, this Coffee Time vision, is bigger than me. I placed all my money in it because I believe in it. All of it. I need your help. Our Cash App is Sponsor Coffee Time. I need your help. 5, 10, 15, 20, 100,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 30,000, 100,000, a million, 100 million. Whatever you want to give monthly, give it. You say, hey, I don't know if I can commit monthly right now. I need to check my finances, but I can do this right now. Give something today. Do something now. Help me the way that I've helped you. I believe Coffee Time is going to be all over the world as it is now, but it's going to grow even bigger to offer hope, build strategies, and help other people with opportunity that they wouldn't get outside of us. That's our goal. And I need your help to accomplish that goal. This dream is bigger than me. Some days it scares me. Yesterday, when I was looking at the budget and I was looking at the work we have to do, I asked myself, how in the world did oh my God. Oh my. It was so big. The vision is so big and what we're doing is so big. It became overwhelming. And I had to start talking to myself. Hey, you didn't get into this because you had it. You got into this because you believed. Well, don't let what you see change what you say. I was born to win. And it's in the moment that I begin to speak those words that I start to feel better about our situation. So I need your help. You can Cash App, Sponsor Coffee Time. If you'd like to give a different way, check, money order, hit me in my inbox. Whatever you do, be a part of what we're doing because I depend on you to make this work. You all have a great day. And always remember to think higher, speak life. Peace out. Hey, town.